Okay, students, so we're back and we're here with more math. Hooray. All right, given that T, V, and WY are parallel. So I'm going to make a notation. Use the following figures for questions A through D. All right. So the measure, remember, we always have to be really good at reading angles. All right, the measure of WXU, so WXU is this angle right here. All right, good. That's good enough. 12x plus 19. TUZ is this angle right here. 18x plus 11. All right, so we need to find the measure of WXU. So maybe it's good we identify, well, these are consecutive interior angles, so they are supplementary. All right, so what am I going to do with that? I'm just going to add them together. 12x plus 19 plus 18x plus 11 equals 180. All right, and then once I get here, just a bunch of solving the equation. I'm going to get 30x plus 30 equals 180. Subtract 30 from both sides. 30x equals 150. Divide 30 from both sides. And x equals 5. Okay? So I found x, but I have not answered the question yet. It told me to find the measure of WXU. So all I got to do is, well, the measure of WXU equals 12x plus 19. So I'm going to substitute in 5 for x. And I believe that's going to be like computing 79 degrees. Let me just double check my trusty calculator. And my calculator agrees with me. That's good. I'm glad. Okay, now let's just cruise right along. SUT, 13x plus 7. 17, I should say. I think I said 7. And then the other one is SXW. Switch that one. Ooh, it's this angle right here. 33x minus 23. Boop, boop, boop. All right, what's the relationship between these two angles? We got corresponding angles, so we're going to use the corresponding angles postulate. What's so great about corresponding angles? They're congruent. So that means I'm going to say 13x plus 17 equals 33x minus 23. All right, subtract 13x from both sides. I'm going to get 17 equals 20x minus 23 plus 23 to both sides. We're going to get 40 equals 20x. Divide both sides by 20. And 2 equals x. All right. And then I must answer the question, or I must obey what the question's telling me to do. It's telling me, this really isn't a question, it's more of a demand. It's telling me to find the measure of angle SUT. $13x plus 17. We're going to get 13 times 2 plus 17. All right, 26, 33. I believe that should be 43 degrees. Let me double check. And it is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So let's cruise right along. SUV is this angle right here. X plus 57 degrees. Also, something I want to mention is sometimes people get confused by these parentheses. Like, what does it mean? So it's just saying it's a degree because technically it's an angle measure. So what we really just need to focus on is what's inside these parentheses, the x plus 57. All right, sometimes people like to write this because technically it's an angle measure and the algebraic expression should be in degrees. All right, and then we got WXZ is 2x. All right. So what do we got here? We got some alternate exterior angles. What's so great about alternate exterior angles? They're congruent. So similar to the last one, I'm going to set them equal to each other. Subtract x from both sides, and 57 equals x. All right, and now the problem's demanding that I find the measure of WXU. All right, so that's this angle right here. All right, so what do I got to do? I'll be very tedious. You don't have to be this tedious on the test or anything, but you'll still be doing the same calculations. I'm going to say, hold up. I can find this angle right here, and it forms a linear pair. The measure, or let's write this. Again, angle WXZ, which is this angle again, and angle WXU, which is what we're finding, form a linear pair, so they're supplementary. So then I can say, well, that means that these two angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. So then, well, this is 2 times 57 because it was 2x. So again, do I expect you to write what I'm writing down in green on a test? No, but ultimately you're going to be doing the same calculation. And then the measure of angle WXU equals 66 degrees. Nice. All right, that was 66 degrees, that was 114. It's a linear pair, so much fun. Yippee! All right. And then last problem like this. TUZ will be this angle right here. So 5x plus 42. And then YXU is this one right here, 18x plus 14. So what do we got? We got alternate interior angles. What's so great about alternate interior angles? They're congruent. So that means I'm just going to say 5x plus 42 equals 18x plus 14. Solve for x. We're gonna get I'm brain farting right now. 32, 28. This number's not gonna come out nice. Uh-oh. We'll just deal with it. Divide both sides by 13, and that's it. X will equal 28 over 13. Don't worry though, people, we'll be okay. All right, why will we be okay? We can still, oops, I forgot to write the over 13 part. All right, we can still find the measure of angle. You can't be scared of fractions our whole lives. Fractions aren't that bad. 18x plus 14. So I'm going to have 18 times 28 over 13 plus 14. 18 times 28 divided by 13 plus 14, and we get the very beautiful number about 52.8. Okay? So some dense algebra stuff. All right, that's all the angle relationships. We even threw a linear pair stuff in there. All right, lots of fun, okay? let's do number 7, and then we'll call it a video and do the proofs in the next video. All right, so we must read things. What do I mean by that? If R is parallel to S, so in number A, R is parallel to S, then 3 is corresponding to what? Well, we must focus on just the information we have. All right, so basically R and S are the parallel lines, T is the transversal, so I'm only focused on angles 1 through 8. I don't care about the bottom angles. All right, those are irrelevant. I don't know anything about you, so I don't know anything about those angles. So same relative position, 3 is in the bottom right in its neighborhood, so 7 is also in the bottom right. If T is parallel to U, so now we're looking at these ones, T is parallel to U, then 8, so now I'm focused on this stuff here. All right, now this orange stuff, alternate interior angle to 10, angle 10. All right, now this doesn't look perpendicular, but in this next one it's telling us that it is. Let me clear my board. All right, R is parallel to S, and T is perpendicular. So what does that mean? Well, let's focus on this stuff. Basically, it's saying R and S transversal, S and T perpendicular. All right. Well, then that means that's 90 degrees. Well, then 2 is also 90 degrees because they're corresponding, so then that's a right angle. So then R is also perpendicular to T. Or I could write, let me write T as perpendicular to R. It doesn't matter, but, all right. So if a perpendicular line, or if 2 lines are parallel and 1 line's perpendicular to one, then it must be perpendicular to the other. All right. And then this problem right here, T is parallel to U. All right. So let's focus on that. Then it's also talking about 8 and 13. What's the relationship with 8 and 13? Well, realize this. All right, this isn't a mistake. I did this on purpose. All right. With R, this stuff has relationships. With S, this stuff has relationships. All right, they live independently of each other. You can't intermix them because we don't know all lines are parallel. They live in separate communities. R, this is what the answer is, IDK. All right, we can't be certain about anything. All right, look at the transversal, look at the parallel lines, look at the independent neighborhoods of each other. That's it, okay? We'll do the proofs in the next video.